vamos, yo vamos. So good morning from the Veterans Park, where we're about to witness the nation's capital semi-final. SAMP Army will take on Stallions for booking one of the place into the all-important final that comes up a little bit later on in the day. We're coming to you live from Veterans Park with the news. SAMP Army have been sent in. They've lost the toss. There we go. You can take a look at your match referees with match officials for today. And it'll pop. Robert Foster will be the two umpires out in the middle. And third umpire will be Ishan Moulay. So that's the latest here at Veterans Park. Conditions are very sunny. But rain a couple of days ago may have dampened something. So a bit of a late start. And we're just bowling off on time at 11:05. So the umpires out in the middle. And so are the two batsmen. Chandrapal Hemraj and Jaskaran Malhotra. So a lot is expected here today. We're joined in the box with Jay. I want to say special good morning to Jay, part of the commentary team. And Jay, we're all set. The long-awaited semi-final happens at this moment. And with Jaskaran Malhotra and Chandrapal Hemraj out in the middle, two exciting players in the series. And welcome to the nation's capital T20 series.
Yeah, thank you, Lenny. And yeah, we should have a great game on our hands here between the Stallions and SAMP Army. Stallions ranked in the top of their group. SAMP Army came second. Both sides with some big names in their teams. SAMP Army, of course, have been put into bat after losing the toss.
So it appears Najaf Shah, the captain, has been given the ball. A very tall bowler, left arm seamer. Very experienced, having played at the international level at one time. So Chandrapal Hemraj will be the man on strike. He's had a good series. And we saw last night, got among the runs last night. And so he's going to be a key man here, Hemraj. Got into the 30s last night, thrilled the crowd on hand with some lofty hitting, so we're all set. And we are ready for play. Anil Pop. Umpire just making sure everything is in place, and any moment now he'll give the indication that we are ready for play. This is the semi-finals of the nation's capital T20 series, and it certainly comes to an end today at some point. Couple of semi-finals, and then of course the championship game. So we're just waiting for that final go ahead, as a lot has been put into this tournament. Some technical issue has been given the green light, and here we go. Najaf Shah will operate from the far end of the ground and will come into bowl to Chandrapal Hemraj. So here we go, semi-final. Oh, he gets a ball that is just outside off, plays it up towards the offside. And so a good start here from Najaf Shah, Jay. Very damp conditions here. The outfield is going to play a little bit tricky. Might be on the slow side.
Yeah, I think it will be on the slow side, especially as we're starting the game this morning. But I think as the game progresses with the sun coming out, the outfield should start to dry out a bit. Help the batters. The ball should travel through the outfield as we move into the second innings. And I think that's something which definitely did play a part in Stallions winning the toss, deciding to bowl first, knowing that there are wet conditions, but it will dry up. It will become a bit easier for the batsman as the game goes along. As he has the second ball. That time, just a bit of an outside edge there to third man. So that's the first runs on the board in the semi-finals. Comes off the bat of Chandrapal Hemraj.
So it would have been a good toss to win by either team. And once Stallions won the toss, they quickly decided that they'll bowl first. A very good pitch to bowl on. Conditions certainly favors the team batting last here, and then of course the later on game. So it could dry out a little bit. And so Jaskaran Malhotra comes into strike. And while Jaskaran Malhotra, he's known worldwide these days, he has struggled to get the runs, and in fact he's not the kind of scores that you will see Jaskaran get in any T20 series. His highest has been 6 from 3 innings, so he badly needs a score. He gets a good ball, pushes up towards the offside and can't score, so things are on the way here. Malhotra and Hemraj has done well for SAMP Army, and they'll be hoping that they could give them a good push off here in the semi-final.
Yes, being a semi-final, you know, you want that good start with the bat. SAMP Army, they want these guys to bat long, because if you lose that early wicket, you're on the back foot early, and that's something which you don't really want, especially when you're playing in a semi-final. So that's a good Yorker there on that occasion. Won't take the single.
So the Veterans Memorial Park, the ground used by DC Hawks during their campaign in the Toyota Minor League Series, and now being used by the Washington Cricket League, nation's capital. The tournament certainly winds down today, started on Thursday. We saw rain interrupting proceedings for the entire Friday. And we've seen cricket yesterday at Boland Park, and now the action moves and will end here at Veterans. This has been a very good over so far from Najaf Shah, and you get the feeling, Jay, that 120, 130 could be a very good score on conditions here.
Yeah, I think it definitely could, especially knowing that Veterans Memorial Park, it's a ground which is favorable to the bowlers. We've seen that historically. Bowlers do well at Veterans Memorial Park, so even that low score there of about 120, 130, it could prove to be really good. And this is a reduced overs game. It's just a 17 over game, so I think 120, 130, that's what SAMP Army would be targeting here.
So ball sliding down the leg side, called a wide, so another run added to the scorecard. Pinar, the keeper, just skipping down to his left. Very tidy keeper. Would have had a very good knock last night. Andres Goose, sorry. Andres Goose, very quality keeper. We've seen very good keeper in this series. The likes of Aldane Thomas, Monang Patel. So the first over comes to an end. A quality one from the Jafsha. 1 gone, 3 without loss. So that's the SAMP Army lineup for you. No changes as of last night. Chandrapal Hemraj and Malhotra, of course, in the middle. Lots of batting here. Monang, Shehan, Aaron Jones. So Justin Dill has been given the ball. He will come in from the commentary box end. And so Justin Dill, Jay, he's a quality bowler. And so far, a very good start here from Stallions. The first over only giving up 3 runs.
Yeah, just 3 runs coming from that first over. Now, Justin Dill. We saw well he did in the recent concluded minor league cricket season for the New Jersey Stallions. A key part in their journey, as they were the runners-up of the entire tournament. And Justin Dill, he played a big part there with both bat and ball, mainly with ball, as he's been brought in to do now, the second over. And Dill will be coming in to Jaskaran Malhotra, who's the batsman on strike. Oh, that's a good delivery first up there, as the batsman will just take the single. No one there at square leg, so an easy single there from Malhotra, bringing his score up to 2.
So quiet start here from SAMP Army. Chandrapal Hemraj comes back into strike. And Chandrapal Hemraj this season has had scores of 36, 33 and 19, so he's been among the runs. Malhotra, we made the point, dismissed for a couple of ducks during the course of 3 innings, so certainly unlike his performance. He's a top player but struggling a bit in this season, Jasper Malhotra.
Yeah, he's struggling a bit indeed. He'd love to get a good score here in the semi-finals. So that's a good delivery up front from Justin Dill. Just played through backward point for that single. But yeah, Jaskar and Malhotra struggling to find some form here. 2 ducks in this tournament till now, in the 3 games. Didn't score much in the other game as well, where he did score, but he didn't score much. So Malhotra, is that one? Oh, chance there, I think there was, for the Cotton Bowl. Justin Dill, the ball just didn't stick. Would have been Malhotra gone.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that one. Just swatted back straight to the bowler, Justin Dill. Yeah, let's go. A little bit uppish. The ball may have stuck in the pitch. Yeah, he got a hand to it. Just wasn't able to hold on. And so Malhotra, his struggle continues, but luckily he survives. He gets a single and turns the strike over to Hemraj.
Yeah, hasn't been the luckiest in this tournament as Malhotra. He has some luck there. Is that one just inside edge there by Hemraj? Yeah, those ones, you know, the one-handed ones, Cotton Bowl, they either stick or they don't. And this time, from Justin Dill, it didn't stick.
And it just goes to show what is happening in the pitch. The pitch is not one of those pitch that you can trust today, at least not for the first game. And we saw a little bit of a, might have been a little bit of a leading edge. So far, quality over here from Justin Dill. Ball comes on to the bat a little while longer than it would have probably on a more sunnier day or a more sunnier weekend, but for now they will have to work with the conditions available here.
Yeah, they will indeed. And the conditions have changed quite a bit from where they played yesterday, Boland Park. That was a batsman's paradise today. The Veterans Memorial Park, a bowler's paradise. As that one's gone up in the air. There is a fielder underneath it. Fielder will take it. So that's the first wicket. It's Chandrapal Hemraj who has to go. Justin Dill is struck. And that's the first wicket down for SAMP Army. 6 for 1 now.
Yeah, ball lofted in the air. Didn't time it well. Looking for something bigger than that. Ball went high in the air. On a well-judged catch by, it appears to be Shadley Van Shockwick. So the first wicket falls. 6 for 1. We'll take a look at that. Good delivery from Justin Dill. Shortish of a length and trying to go big outside of the playing area.
Yeah, Chandrapal Hemraj trying to clear the boundary on that occasion.
So here we go. Yeah, cramped for room. And he knew he was in trouble. Well-judged catch. Look at that. Van Shockwick takes a well-judged catch. And thankfully for him, the wicket falls here. So that's the end of Chandrapal Hemraj. Shehan Jayasuriya comes to the middle. With SAMP Army having lost an early wicket, they're batting a 6 for 1.
And if we look at Chandrapal Hemraj, we've seen that he's the one who's given SAMP Army some quick starts, but he's gone early today. the other opener, Jaskaran Malhotra, not in the best of form, but he'll really have to step up in this semi-final. Because that early wicket has fallen. It's Chandrapal Hemraj, the informed man. And now Jaskaran Malhotra. He needs to play big here.
So Jayasuriya comes to the middle at number 3. Najaf Shah has bowled well. First over win for only 3 runs. We've seen Justin Dill doing a little better than Najaf Shah. He's only given up 3 runs. He picked up the lone wicket to have fallen so far, that of Chandrapal Hemraj. And the roaring sound of the rail that passes to the end that Najaf Shah runs into bowl to Jayasuriya and lofted into the onside. Runs here for Shehan. They'll come back for an easy 2. That's a good looking shot from Shehan Jayasuriya. It will take some pressure off SAMP Army for the time being.
Yeah, Shehan Jayasuriya off the mark there. Second ball. And we look at Najaf Shah. He's consistently given the Stallions that early wicket. This time it's Justin Dill with that breakthrough. But either way, the Stallions, they feel that they've got that upper hand in this game now. They've got that early wicket. They've got Chandrapal Hemraj. As some changes in the field being made now. After that shot from Shehan Jayasuriya, they're moving another man onto the leg side. Right where Jayasuriya hit that shot. That's up in the air. And he's cleared the boundary, won the bounce. So that'll be 4 for Shehan Jayasuriya. That's another boundary there. Shehan Jayasuriya, the first boundary of the innings, comes off of his bat. It was a failed place, and we have a replay here of that boundary.
Yeah, going down the wrong line and just helping it away. Good shot from Shehan Jayasuriya. And once it goes into the vacant area, it's going to run away, even if it's a little bit damp out in the field. That's a good looking shot from Shehan.
Yeah, he's on the line on that occasion, Najaf Shah. Let's see what he's got coming back. This time through the covers, beats the fielder. It's a slow outfield though, so the ball won't go to the boundary. But the batsman, they'll come back for a comfortable 2 there. That was just out of reach of that fielder at covers.
Yeah, the intent from Shehan Jayasuriya has been a positive one. And he's going to come out here and play as if they're batting at 80 for 1. So, very good positive intent shown here by Shehan Jayasuriya. He's a top quality player. And certainly he's not going to be allowed to be bogged down by some tidy bowling so far from Najaf Shah and Justin Dill. It's 14 on the board. They have lost the wicket of Chandrapal Hemraj.
That one, a good Yorker there on that occasion. This is better bowling from Najaf Shah. At the toes. Brings Jaskaran Malhotra on strike for the final ball of the over.
So this over's gone for 9. We've seen a 4, we've seen a couple of 2s off the bat of Shehan. And now Malhotra comes into strike. They would have lost the attacking Chandrapal Hemraj, and Malhotra, we made the point, he has not been his usual self in terms of run production. And so he'll be hoping that he can get something on the board today, and that this could be good for SAMP Army. Turned into the onside, and that will complete over number 3. And after 3, SAMP Army having been sent in, they're batting a 16 for 1. So Justin Dill will continue 16 for 1. Malhotra gets another quality delivery, has to scamper quickly for a single. And in the end, successfully run, but they're scampering for singles. That's how things are tight here. Jay is 17 for 1.
Yeah, and I think every run really will count here because it's a bowler-friendly ground, and we can see that this game may just come down so close. It will probably be this low-scoring game, as games have been at Veterans Memorial Park. So, you know, getting those running between the wickets, you know, getting those runs, those quick singles, turning those singles into twos. That's something which is really important here, especially at this ground. It's Justin Dill now to Shehan Jayasuriya. Chance. I think a direct hit might have had Jayasuriya in trouble on that occasion.
Yeah, taking chances with some cheeky singles, and good bit of work there from the fielder out at backward point. It's 18 on the board. Things are a little bit slow here for SAMP Army. They've lost the wicket of Chandrapal Hemraj.
And he's got him on that occasion. A direct hit. They ran 2 quick ones. They were trying to get the 3rd quick one now. But this time, that's the end of Shehan Jayasuriya. A run out. You've already lost the early wicket, SAMP Army. That's the last thing you'd want. Shehan Jayasuriya, he's gone, run out. We got the replay there. Jayasuriya trying to get across for the quick single. Excellent fielding. And Jayasuriya finds himself short on that occasion, so he'll have to go. SAMP Army 18 for 2.
So brilliant work by Harmeet Singh. Takes care of Shehan Jayasuriya. Manak Patel comes to the middle. And it's 18 for 2 in the 4th over. So Justin Dill, just a couple of runs in this over. He's kept it very tight. And could it be because of the tight bowling? We've seen the batsman taking chances to go for singles. On this occasion, Harmeet Singh comes in with a brilliant throw, struck the stumps.
Yeah, from the keeper, Manak Patel, the informed man. He's at a pretty good Nations Capital T20 tournament, has Manak Patel. Seeing the back of him early. Stallions would have loved that. There's that one just cut away to point there. No run on offer.
So Monang this series has had his highest score of 64. And by the way, several batsmen, in fact 3 batsmen would have had scores of exactly 64. Smith Patel, Trevor Griffith, and Monang Patel getting their highest score of 64. Comes down the track, picks up a single, and that completes over number 4. So 4 gone is 23 for 2. So Ali Imran Pasha has been given the ball. He has factored in with the Stallions bowling lineup during the course of this series, and so he comes into the attack here, replaces Najaf Shah. Shah, 2 overs, no made, none for 13. And we saw Justin Dills, so third bowler being used here by the Stallions.
Yeah, and Najaf Shah went for 10 runs in his last over. Taken out of the attack now.
So Ali Imran Pasha will come into ball to Manang Patel. Patel and Malhotra, both batsmen on 5.
Called wide on that occasion, that one. Stallions did appeal though. Down the leg side on that occasion. So a wide to start off for Ali Imran Pasha.
So we've seen a couple of extras already. A couple of wides. So good comeback ball, not a chancy single again, but in the end, good running from Malhotra. He may have called for that one.
Yeah, Malhotra was the man running towards the danger end. We see this intent from SAMP Army, just tap the ball and run. We haven't seen too many big shots, barring of course Shehan Jayasuriya.
So 25 for 2, we've seen some very good officiating in this tournament. The umpires have done tremendous work in being the man taking care of the decision. High in the air, fielder comes in. Oh, he drops it. So the first drop catch of the Stallions innings. That one was in the air for some time. Cameron Sheikh, it appears, got both hands to the ball, couldn't hold on. And so Monang, in fact, Jaskran Malhotra escapes second time again.
Yeah, we can see the replay here. Malhotra, or Monak Patel, sorry. Malhotra actually trying to hit it there. Was in the hands, but it went through. Would have been the third wicket down. Stallions, unfortunately, not to be for them.
So they're batting at 26 for 2. Oh, he gets an edge. We'll have to wait for the call from the umpire. Could be edge here again. So 4 runs off the bat of Manang Patel. He goes up to 10. It's 30 for 2. I think we're in the 5th over, just making the point. Top officials here at the nation's capital T20 series. Umpires, there we go. Umpires out in the middle. Anil Pap, the man leading the charge right now, and Robert Foster, man a square leg. And of course we got Ishan Muley, the third umpire, and supported with the likes of Brian Kane and Danny Khan and company. So top officials in attendance once again at the nation's capital. So ball turned into the onside. Monang picks up another run. And this partnership has gone up to 13 so far between Malhotra and Monang Patel. A couple of the players that are part of the US setup currently, and they're one international players. They certainly had a busy summer with the likes of minor league and the tour to Oman, and it doesn't stop there. They'll be going up to Antigua in a couple of weeks' time for T20 qualifiers. And so it's always a busy summer if you're part of any team's national setup.
Yes, that'll be the end of the 5th over. 30 for 2, SAMP Army.
So 31 for 2. Justin Dill continues, and I've got Matt into the box. Matt, what's going on so far? We've seen some tidy bowling stuff, but Malhotra and Monang Patel, they're capable batsmen.
Yeah, Monang Patel has been the more aggressive of the two. Has struck a couple of boundaries already. Malhotra is on 6, has been a little bit more quiet at the other end. But a good bowling display there so far from the Stallions. Justin Dill, 2.1 overs for 10. Najaf Shah, 2 overs for 13. And Ali Pasha, 1 over for 8.
Oh,
Down
it
the track.
comes down the track, lofted into the offside. That's a good commanding shot, but we've seen it's one of the conditions here today that you may not get full value for those big cover drives.
Yeah, and I was just making the point, Monang Patel, the more aggressive of the two, advancing, trying to go up and over, trying to just carve that one away. Doesn't get the full reward for it, just picking up a single. Malhotra has struggled a bit, is on 6 of 12 deliveries. Just going at about run a ball now is SAMP Army. In the air from Jaskaran Malhotra. Lands in no man's land in the end. Fielder may have thought he was in play for a second or two, just getting away from him. So he goes up to 7. Monang back on strike is on 12. 33 for 2.
Yeah, Malhotra has not been his usual self, but sometimes one of the ways you'll bat yourself out of form or into format is to get a score. It doesn't matter how they come. Sometimes it could be an ugly 20 or ugly 25, but at the end of the day, he'll have to put on something on the board. So lofted into the onside. Fielder comes around, will not get there. And in fact, he did get there, and they'll come back for a couple of runs. So good bit of work there from the fielder.
Yeah, very good bit of work there on the boundary, pushing that one back in at the last second.
So that's Shadley Van Shawkwick. He's done well. I'll take a look at that. If we're able to pick that up. Might have just palmed it back into play. That's a good bit of work here from Shadley Van Shawkwick, and saved the boundary, saved 3 runs in the process. So 4 runs in this over so far from Justin Dill. He continues to bowl well.
Nicked and gone. Justin Dill getting an edge, getting the edge of Monang Patel and through to Andres Goose behind the stumps. Quite an audible nick, heard it from here. And Monang Patel thought he had a boundary the previous ball, looking to go for another expansive cut shot and gets the edge, and Goose makes no mistake in getting that one. Justin Dill picks up his second wicket. Third one down there for SAMP Army. It's 35 for 3 as Monang Patel trudges back.
Yeah, let's take a look at that ball. Hanging short outside the off stump, trying to cut. Getting a big edge and going through to Andres Gauss. So the third wicket goes down here for SAMP Army. They're under some bit of pressure here.
Look at this again, looking to just cut that one away is Monang Patel. Just getting the edge, not happy about it. Monang, but Justin Dill picks up the wicket. He's been outstanding today so far. 2.5 overs for 14 with the wickets of Chandrapal Hemraj and Monang Patel. Very good performance this so far from Justin Dill. And he's got SAMP Army in a spot of bother here.
Yeah, you look at the camp there, not not a happy bunch. They've lost 3 quick wickets here, and Aaron Jones now comes to the middle. And Matt, you get a feeling with 85 balls remaining. Well, this is a 17-over game, by the way. And so Aaron Jones, his playing style might suit what has happened here today with 67 balls remaining.
Yeah, type of man that doesn't like getting out. He just stays in there, tries to build a partnership. But I think with Jaskar and Malhotra seeming to be struggling a little bit, Malhotra will have to try and get that form back, which we know he is capable of, or B, Aaron Jones can come out and possibly play a Monang-style innings, try to not go all-out attack, but definitely be a little bit aggressive. But Justin Dill finishes off a very good over, just the 4 runs off it. It's 35 for 3 at the end of 6.
So 3 wickets to a fall. There we go. That's the batting card at the moment. So 6 overs gone. Harmeet Singh has been given the ball.
Quality bowler is Harmeet Singh. Didn't have the best of days yesterday. We saw Sharfane Rutherford really go after him. But today, he'll be looking for a change of fortunes, and we do know he is the bowler that can bounce back very well.
And Matt, the conditions here could favor the slow bowlers. It's a little bit of a sticky wicket, you may want to say, especially from the batting end that Harmeet Singh is bowling from. It's a little bit damp when we came this morning here. So Harmeet Singh will come into bowl to Jaskar and Malhotra. And Malhotra this series, he's picked up a couple of ducks, so he'll be eager to really get going back again. And if there's anything SAMP Army will need from one of their top batters, it's for them to come off today in the semi-final.
Big game, this for both sides. Semi-final encounter. So Harmeet Singh starts off with a single there to Jaskar and Malhotra. Malhotra's up to 8. Aaron Jones yet to get off the mark. He's on strike, still new to the crease. Monang Patel, the man, just getting dismissed, caught behind from Justin Dill.
So we've got 65 balls remaining. SAMP Army haven't been sent in here. And we've seen some tidy bowling from all the bowlers so far. We've seen good bowling from Najaf Shah. We saw Justin Dill. As in the case of Justin Dill, he would have picked up a couple of wickets. And we also saw a run out, a brilliant bit of work from Harmeet Singh to take out Shehan Jayasuriya. And so 37 for 3.
Full toss this time, Malhotra. And just tapping that one away, getting the single. Perhaps just trying to get that momentum flowing, keep on getting the runs, keep rotating the strike, not letting the pressure come down on him. It's going to be very crucial because Jaskran Malhotra, as you mentioned, is a top quality player, US national, but he has not been in good form in this series so far, and SAMP Army are struggling. At 39 for 3 now, Harmeet Singh continues to bowl well as Aaron Jones gets that one away for 1. 4's come off this over so far, all singles. Malhotra on strike again. He's on 9 of 15 deliveries. Harmeet Singh drags that one down, cracked over the fielder's head,
For 6.
all the way for 6, and it's the first maximum in the SAMP Army innings of the bat of Jaskaran Malhotra, and I'm sure that will relieve a lot of pressure on him getting that 6.
Yeah, there we go, a drag down from Harmeet Singh, short, and look at that, hammered into the onside. Didn't go far, but still enough to cross the cone. And first 6 of the match, Jaskaran Malhotra on the charge. So 7 overs gone, 46 for 3.
Looking back at that 6 again. Massive hit. Just getting over the fielder's head. And all the way for 6.
So 7 overs gone, 46 for 3.
.45 for 3 at the end of 7 overs. SAMP Army. Malhotra with a cracking 6 in that last over off of Harmeet Singh. Justin Dill will bowl his final over. So he's bowled very well, looking to keep that pressure on. Walked away into the leg side from Malhotra. He'll pick up a single to get Aaron Jones on strike. Dill bowling his 4 overs, one after the other. Looking to get him out very quickly, and he's bowled well, so why not? Not much you can complain about. 3.1 overs, 2 for 15.
Yeah, not too many times you'll see in T20 cricket the bowler comes in and bowl all 4. But he's done well, he's picked up wickets. Aaron Jones on strike. So 47 for 3, we're in the 8th over. So the bowlers have really done well. We'll talk about some bowling in a second here, Matt. 47 on the board.
Good bowling here continues from Justin Dill. Just 2 of this over so far. Has kept a lot of pressure on SAMP Army batsmen. They haven't been able to get too much off of him. So he's been very tidy for the Stallions today. Oh!
Helmet.
There's one of those surprise deliveries from a fast bowler. Striking Malhotra on the helmet. See if he's all right.
Yeah, nasty delivery here from Justin Dill. May have surprised Malhotra taking on the helmet. We'll have a look at that.
See this again here, Dill. Getting a lot of bounce on this one. Oof. Yeah, an awkward one there for Jaskaran Malhotra. Tough one. Surprised him, I'm sure. But the bounce on that one.
So Justin Dill would have been quite pleased. It's a dot ball at the end of things so far. 47 for 3. The bowling has been tidy, Matt. And we'll take a look at what has happened so far. We've seen Najaf Shah, we've seen Justin Dill. There we go.
And Najaf Shah started things well, 2 overs for 13. Dill has been outstanding, 3.4, 2 for 16, just 4.3 and over. Pasha has just been given the 1 for 7, and Harmeet Singh 1 over for 11.
So the cricket continues. Justin Dill, Malhotra are fighting 17 so far. Just time goes down the leg side, so 48 for 3. And we've got 56 balls remaining. If you're watching, it's a 17 over a side encounter. A little bit of late start. Overnight weather has certainly played a part in that delay. So 49 for SAMP Army there. They've lost the toss and asked to bat first. Is that a condition that if you would won the toss, Matt, if you were the captain on either side of this team, what would you have done?
I think I would have bowled first as well. Conditions look to be getting a lot better, perhaps as the day goes on. So SAMP Army, one team always has to bat first, so SAMP Army on this occasion, the team that has to feel perhaps the worst of the conditions.
So 50 comes up. 50 comes up at the end of over number 8. And it comes off the bat of Aaron Jones. He's up on 4. It's 51 for 3 at the end of 8. So Ali Imran Pasha takes over from Harmeet Singh. 8 overs gone, 50 on the board. We've seen a fighting partnership here of 16 between Jones and Malhotra. And Pasha starts well. Ball outside the off stump, a cut shot played by Aaron Jones and can't score. And Matt, you look at Malhotra. He's up on 18, but this has been a fighting 18. Nothing wrong with that. They need someone from the top order to be around, and he's going to be a key man here. Very important 18 so far, but Aaron Jones, he has supported well. A 16-run partnership, but small but very quality one.
Aaron Jones has a big role to play in this partnership as well. He'll have to stay in there. Malhotra can't do it all himself. He'll need someone to stay in there. Aaron Jones could be that man. Still got the likes of Assad footed in to come. Elmo Hutchison is handy with the bat. So still got some batting to come. Naeem Young is a capable batsman as well. So still got some batting to come, but they wouldn't want to lose any more wickets anytime soon. Malhotra and Aaron Jones.
So they've got 52 balls remaining. And some quality balls in this over here from Ali Imran Pasha. He's not a big name bowler, but he certainly gets the ball done. Get the job done now and then, Matt. You've seen him last night. Bowled on a more pace-friendly pitch at Boland. But here you will have to rely on some tidy length and line.
Yeah, not an easy track for pace bowlers. You've really got to get that line and length right. For the spinners, it is quite the paradise. But Ali Imran Pasha is a crafty bowler. Taken on the pad there again. Should be a leg by here, waiting the signal. And it is, there we go.
So 51 on the board. Leg by comes up and crosses the batsman to bring Malhotra into strike.
51 for 3, Malhotra on 18, Jones is on 4. Pasha just giving up the 1 in this over, which won't even go to his bowling figures. So he's still on track for a maiden. He's bowled very well in this over, Ali Imran Pasha. Oh, deceiving Malhotra and deceiving Goose behind the stumps as well. And they'll hustle through for a bye. In fact, yeah, there is a bye. So he's still on for maiden here, Pasha. 2 runs in the over, but none of them will be credited to him.
Yeah, big moment here for Ali Imran Pasha. And Matt, we don't have all the records and certainly all the scorecard of what has happened in this series, but if he bowls a maiden here, I'm pretty sure they have been quite rare. They always do in T20 cricket, so big moment here for Ali Imran Pasha. If he bowls a dot ball, he'll be a maiden for him. Oh, this one steered into the offside. And so that completes over number 9. Maiden averted, 53 for 3 at the end of 9. So Shadley Van Shawquick has been given the ball. He comes in here, Matt, at 53 for 3, 48 balls still to be bowled. And we've seen a nice little partnership between the pair out in the middle. Their highest so far. And that's how things have been kind of tough on them. 18-run partnership.
Shadley Van Shawquick, very tidy bowler. Always keeps very good economy rate. You saw him in the minor league series, finishing with economy rate of 4.83. Finishing right at the top of the bowlers who bowled a fair amount of overs and deliveries. So very quality player as well. Would have picked up a lot of wickets in the minor league series as well. A key part of the Seattle Thunderbolts side. Couldn't quite get into the playoffs, but Shadley Van Shawquick was one of their standout players. In the air, and a very good attempt. Hamad Azam diving forward, just dying on him and falling short. So Jaskaran, in fact Aaron Jones, gets a single. Quite an eventful single.
Yeah, he thought he would have gone for 6. Aaron Jones just waiting for the ball to cross the cone. He never did. Hamad Azam having a little bit of play on that one. Oh, into the onside. And another 6 here from Jaskaran Malhotra. And that's his second 6, Matt. A couple of 6s here for Jaskaran Malhotra.
No doubt about that one. Perhaps showing his partner Aaron Jones how to strike them and strike them hard. Getting all of that one going after Van Shawquick quite early. Very big hit that from Jaskaran Malhotra. Starting to see a little bit more of the batsman he really is here now. Malhotra showing a glimpse of why he's a US national. Why he's one of the top batsmen in the country.
Yeah, he's a quality player. 7 off this over so far from just 2 balls. Van Shawquick comes back with a quality delivery, but You might want to say that a lot of damage has been done in just a couple of balls. Malhotra has struck both of the sixes so far in the SAMP Army's innings. And they got 45 balls remaining, 120. Could be a good score here, or SAMP Army with just 60 for 3 in the 10th over. Oh, swatted into the onside, and that has gone a long way. It's out of here. Jaskran Malhotra with a couple of sixes in this over, and that's another huge one for the man.
Yeah, this time looking to play a slug sweep type looking shot, gets all the way. And he's going after Shadley Van Schokwick here, under some pressure here. Looking at the replay again, stepping across the stumps. Very good looking shot, definitely got all of that one there, Jaskran Malhotra. And this is the Malhotra that we all know. Edges that one away. A lucky edge as well, running up. Won't go all the way for 4. Looking for a second, sending Aaron Jones back. Single to Malhotra, takes him up to 31. All of a sudden, he's gotten his strike rate back up and running. With those couple of sixes in this over from Van Schokwick.
Yeah, this over's gone for 14. It's one of their more expensive over, Matt. It comes off the shoulder of Shadley Van Schokwick. And you were making the point how economical he has been. But not so far. Here's another run for you. And so that completes over number 10. This has been a big one here for SAMP Army. And so 10 gone is 68 for 3. Wanna go another 5?
Yeah.
$68 for 3. 10 overs completed. Aaron Jones and Jaskran Malhotra with work ahead of them to be done. Looks like Hamad Azam brought into the attack. MVP for the minor league cricket series, the inaugural MVP. Very top quality player is Hamad Azam, key part of the Golden State Grizzlies campaign that ended in a conference finals defeat to the Silicon Valley Strikers. Edge done it, eludes Goose, and that should run away. Yes, it has. Just plugging a little bit, but still getting the legs to go for 4. So Aaron Jones picks up a fortunate boundary, getting the nick just out of keeper Andres Goose's range. Looking back at this one, swatting at it is Aaron Jones, getting the nick away from Goose, and runs away for 4.
Yeah, Hamad Azam into the attack. First ball hit away for a boundary. Don't think he'd be too disappointed with that, though, as that one up in the air. There is the fielder, and it's gone over him. So a 4 and a 6 for Aaron Jones now. Welcoming Hamad Azam into attack in style here is Aaron Jones.
Yeah, he's not standing for any nonsense here from Hamad Azam. First delivery, a bit unfortunate for Hamad Azam getting the edge, but just going away for 4. But that one is all Aaron Jones in total control, smashing that one all the way over the boundary ropes for 6.
Azam on that occasion goes a bit shorter. Aaron Jones doing the smart thing, just hitting that for the single with the deep square leg. Then cow quarter in place. You have the runs. You've got 10 off the first 2. The damage has been done. No need to go for another big shot. So smart there from Aaron Jones. Just take the single. Rotate strike. Malhotra getting him back on strike now.
Partnership of 44 of 28 deliveries. This is a much needed one for SAMP Army. And they'll scamper through for a single there to get Aaron Jones back on strike. But partnership of 45, a very good batting display here from Jaskran Malhotra and Aaron Jones. And a much needed one, as I mentioned earlier here for SAMP Army. Losing Hemraj, Jayasuri and Monang Patel.
Yeah, and the thing about the SAMP Army side is that their running between the wickets has really been top-notch. Getting those quick runs, and it actually resulted in the run-out of Shayan Jayasuri. But besides that, as that one just flicked away, is the man there at fine legs. So just for the single now. Just a rotating strike. They've got the runs at SAMP Army. Wanted in this over, just off the first 2 deliveries. Courtesy of Aaron Jones. And now just taking those singles, rotating strike. Already 13 off the over, 1 delivery still remaining.
So a good comeback from Hamad Azam after the first 2 deliveries. Coming back well, just 3 off the final 4 deliveries. 11 overs completed, it's 81 for 3.
And it seems that we've got Ali Imran Pasha coming into the attack now. A change of ends for him. Ball from the other end, now coming in from the commentary end.
We'll see if the change of ends will benefit or go against him here. 2 overs for 9. He's had a good day so far here, Ali Imran Pasha. Bowling from a different end now. And a lot has changed, I guess, from those final 2 overs off of Ivan Shawkwik and Hamad Azam. Ali Imran Pasha was still bowling when there was a little bit of pressure still on Malhotra and Aaron Jones. But the last 2 overs that we saw, they've really started to open up. Pasha starts well, cramping Aaron Jones there. Can't score. So definitely a different scenario for Ali Imran Pasha.
Yeah, last 2 overs went for 28 runs. But SAMP Army scored. Now Ali Imran Pasha, he's been well, he's been economical today, till now. But with Jaskran Malhotra and Aaron Jones really starting to put their foot on the pedal. We'll have to see if Ali Imran Pasha can continue that. He's done well first ball. Coming in for the second now. That one just played through the vacant mid-wicket region by Aaron Jones, just for the single there, bringing Jaskran Malhotra back on strike. Malhotra finally finding some form here, 32 off 27, 3 sixes he's hit. Hasn't had the best of tournaments here, Nations Capital T20 tournament. But today, he's looked better as Jaskran Malhotra.
Yeah, and this is a much-needed innings here from Malhotra for SAMP Army, and Aaron Jones has supported well. A partnership of 47, nearing the 50 mark for SAMP Army. 82 for 3. 18 short of that triple figure mark, which I'm sure they'll be aiming for well over, with still 34 deliveries to go.
There's the man out in the deep for that one. Yeah, we can see that intent. We've seen it in the last 2 overs against Shadli Man and now Hamad Azam as well. Now against Ali Imran Pasha. That intent to score, that intent to attack as we move into the death overs. Just a 17 over game, this one, due to a delayed start. And if we look at SAMP Army, they do bat deep. They've got the batsmen to come after this. So these two, Jaskaran Malhotra, Aaron Jones, they have that license to really go after bowlers. On that occasion, just sanitizing the ball there. That's the stoppage in play. So we've got the third umpire coming out to the middle. And we'll continue now. With the ball having been sanitized. So Ali Imran Pasha now coming into Aaron Jones.
So Pasha has given up 2 in this over so far. He's gone for 11 in 2.3 overs overall. Down the leg side, and Jones swivels this one away. Running the first one quickly, that's all they'll get.
Yeah.
Jones up to 21. Score up to 84 on the partnership now of 49. Just one short of that 50 partnership.
It is the 50 partnership. I think that's like a run.
So 50 partnership there with Malhotra and Aaron Jones with that single. Keeps things at a very nice rate here for SAMP Army.
So here's Pasha coming in now. This time Malhotra just moves to the leg side, pulls that away, and that'll be 4. No chance for the fielder there, deep square leg, Jaskaran Malhotra. He's finally starting to find some form here, and SAMP Army, they'd be really happy with that.
Yeah, very good looking shot there from Jaskaran Malhotra. Backing away and pulling that one away, no chance for the fielder. Malhotra goes up to 37, takes score up to 88, and SAMP Army really enjoying this partnership now of 54 between these two.
Yeah, it was a pretty good over till that point from Ali Imran Pasha, just 3 runs off the first 4 balls. That boundary now takes that up to 7. Still not a bad over, considering the previous 2 overs from Shadli Wan and Hamad Azam. Now see what Pasha has, the final ball of the over. The time is driven. And it'll just be the single to end off the over. So 8 runs coming from the 12th over. And after 12, scores at 89 for 3. Yeah, so welcome back everyone to Veterans Memorial Park here After 12 overs, SAMP Army 89 for 3. So I've got Lenny joining me in the commentary box here.
Thanks, Jay. So Hamad Azam starts with a wide in over number 13. So we've got 30 balls remaining. It's a 17 over a side encounter. They're batting at 90 for 3. Malhotra has played a fighting 38, a quality 38. And SAMP Army will need to get every single round. Flicked into the onside over square leg. And another maximum here for Jaskran Malhotra. He picks up another 6.
Yeah, another 6 for Jaskran Malhotra indeed. He has been an excellent touch. Moves his score to 44 now, so 1 in away from his half century. Before this, I believe he just scored 6 runs in his 3 games. But now, Jaskran Malhotra.
Yeah, he's fighting himself back in some bit of form in this series. And he's a quality player. I'm pretty sure that Stallions would love to see the back of him. But so far, he's compiled a quality 44 so far.
As that one, that's some good fielding by the bowler. Denies the batsman the single. But yeah, Jaskran Malhotra batting under pressure. Hemraj gone early, Shehan Jayasuriya gone early, Monak Patel as well. 3 in-form batsmen. Jaskran Malhotra finds some form here under pressure. He stepped up for SAMP Army.
So ball cut away into the offside and attempted here by Harmeet Singh. Wasn't able to save the ball and the scamper through for a couple of runs. So 98 for 3. We'll take a look what has happened so far.
Yes, Chandrapal Hemraj at the top of the order. 2 runs from 6 balls. And Jaskran Malhotra, of course, who's still batting on 46 not out. And then you've got Shehan Jayasuriya. He went for 10, run out. Trying to go for a quick single. Monak Patel gone for 14. And then Arid Jones, he's given Jaskran Malhotra some good company and 21.
So we've seen an excellent partnership built here by Aaron Jones and Malhotra. So change of equipment here for Jaskran Malhotra, brought out by Manoj Acharya. And this over's gone for 9. This is a very good over here for SAMP Army. We've seen a big flick off the bat of Jaskran Malhotra that went for 6. And followed up with a couple of runs that they ran very, very well. Hamad Azam.
This time, that's been pulled away. Fielders are just spectators at this point. Jaskran Malhotra, he gets to 50 in style. 52 off 34 with an absolutely massive 6 on that occasion. Fielders, you're just spectators at this point when Jaskran Malhotra is batting.
Yeah, short ball from Hamad Azam. You cannot bowl short. You cannot bowl short on a wicket like this. We'll take a look at that. And so that brings up a 50 here for Jaskran Malhotra, fighting 50. And this over's gone for 15 so far, Jay.
Yeah, it's gone for 15. Hamad Azam with the ball. Not having the best of days here. 28 runs he's conceded. Still 2 balls left in this over. 28, of course, in 1.4 overs as he bowled the over before this as well.
So 26 balls still remaining here. SAMP Army, they're fighting back. It's 104 for 3. You can see on the scorecard there.
This time, much better delivery from Hamad Azam. Good Yorker. Malhotra just plays it for the single there. I've really seen a limited number of dot balls that the SAMP Army have played. Have been getting singles and 2s on so many deliveries, if not hitting those 4s and 6s.
So this has been a very big over here for SAMP Army. 16 runs in this over. Still a ball to come. Ball cut into the offside. This time Harmeet Singh does well. Has the throw gone to the right end quickly enough? It has not. And so another single here for SAMP Army. 13 overs gone. It's 106 for 3. Let's take a look at that.
Yeah, I think it might have been a fumble there. Not by the fielder, but by the bowler. At his end, Monarch, or Aaron Jones, sorry, he was way gone. He was gone by a big, big margin. Bowler, he's fumbled. Could have had the breakthrough. Could the Stallions? SAMP Army. Aaron Jones survives. The partnership will continue.
So Harmeet Singh would have done well. We saw a direct throw from him earlier on. He should have picked up another run out here. Hamad Azam not collecting cleanly. And Aaron Jones might have been quite pleased that Hamad Azam wasn't able to collect the ball. So he survives. It's 106 for 3 at the end of 13. 24 balls still to be bowled as Ali Imran Pasha will continue from the come box end. And so brilliant sunshine here in Virginia at Veterans Park. It was only a couple of days ago we saw some inclement weather that came into this region. But so far, lofted into the onside and has gone a long way. It's gone all the way over the head of Unmuk Chan. And that's another big six here from the SAMP RB batter.
Yeah, Aaron Jones, yes, on that occasion. Just give Naeem Young a couple of deliveries to settle in because, you know, you've got 3 overs left, so you don't have too much time. As this time, Aaron Jones just takes that single to the man at long on, bringing Naeem Young on strike.
So with 17 balls remaining, Jay, it's 117 on the board. You will have to think 135 is a surety. Maybe 150 could be on the cards here.
I think
I want to think 150 is going to be a very good score on conditions here at Veterans Park.
Yeah, I think 140, 150, 150 in a 17 over game should be a really good score, especially in these bowler-friendly conditions that we've seen. As that one's gone up in the air, there is a fielder coming around underneath it. And the catch is taken. That is a very well judged catch. They're out in the deep. And that'll be the end of Naeem Young. He goes third ball. And so Stallions have gotten another wicket. And it's Naeem Young who has to go this time.
Yeah, went very high. Lacked the distance. Well judged catch by the fielder out there. Appears to be Unmuk Chang. And so the 5th wicket goes down. It's 117 for 5. Still 15 balls remaining as Asad Fadadin comes to the middle. And so Harmeet Singh has picked up his first wicket in this match. Aaron Jones would have crossed, so that's a good thing here for SAMP Army as Fadadin comes to the middle with 15 balls remaining. So the nation's capital T20 series well in earnest. Today, semi-final and final day. So big appeal from the switch hit. Doesn't go well here for Aaron Jones. Is scampered through for a leg by. And immediately Asad Fadadin comes into strike. Asad Fadadin would have played briefly at the West Indies Test level. A handful of tests. And would have been part of the CPL circuit at one point. Played a few matches for the Jamaica Talawas in the Caribbean.
Yeah, for the
So man with some bit of CPL experience. He comes to the wicket here with 14 balls remaining, Jay.
Yeah, Faradeen, an experienced batsman. This time he's really got to swing from ball 1. As you said, 14 balls left in this innings. SAMP Army 118. They'd be targeting another 30-35 runs. That would be ideal for them. Getting to that 150 mark. And he cuts that away and it's gone. Justin Dill, I think the fielder there. And so Asad Faudin, he's gone first ball. He shot short and wide one. It was slow from the spinner. Tries cutting it away, but Justin Dill, I believe, there has taken a very good catch. So 2 wickets to fall in this over now. Naeem Young first. And now Asad Faudin. This is excellent bowling here from Harmeet Singh.
So ball cut away by Faduddin. And look at that. A brilliant catch from Justin Dill. Took it low down. Traveled very quickly to Justin Dill. But he held on as Elmore Hutchinson comes to the middle.
Yeah, Elmore Hutchinson coming out in the first game SAMP Army played. He had 46 from just 16 deliveries. So he can really hit the ball. Can Elmore Hutchinson? Harmeet Singh, no, 2 wickets. He's having a much better day in the death overs than last time. He got it for 41 runs.
He started none for 11 in this over, Jay. And it's picked up a couple of wickets in this over. So all of a sudden he's bowling at 2 for 13. Elmore Hutchinson, 46 not out. His highest and his only knock in the series. So he comes out here with 13 balls remaining. And he gets a good delivery here from Harmeet Singh. So that completes over number 15. 15 gone. It's 118 for 6. 12 balls remaining. So a couple of wickets for Justin Dill and Harmeet Singh. Harmeet Singh a couple of wickets in this over. Yeah. So 12 balls remaining. We're coming down towards the home stretch here. Najaf Shah, the captain, switches ends and he comes into bowl 1 of 2 overs remaining. And it's 118 for 6. Not too long ago, Jay, we were talking about 150, but we've seen the battle between bat and ball. And all of a sudden, 118 here with 2 overs remaining. 150 might be a little too optimistic.
Yeah, it does seem like that for SAMP Army with those few wickets that they lost. Starting with Malhotra, and then Naeem Young, and then Asad Faudin. All gone in quick succession. And I think that has really lowered that potential score, that possible target for SAMP Army. And I think now we're looking at more of a 135, 140 type of score here. I think SAMP Army, that's what they would be targeting in these last 2 overs. As we've got Najaf Shah coming into bowl. And it'll be Aaron Jones on strike.
Yeah, Aaron Jones has batted really well so far. We saw a big partnership with him and Jaskran Malhotra, 80 runs earlier on. He gets a good delivery from a very tall bowler, Najaf Shah. He's played at the international level and he's a quality pacer. 11 balls remaining, it's 118. So conditions certainly will get better. 22 yards will come up against Asia United after this game. And of course, the 2 winners will clash in the all-important championship game. This one pulled into the onside. And it's gone all the way, Jay. We'll take a look at the replay, but coming down the track is Aaron Jones. And a shortish delivery here from Najaf Shah and given the full treatment.
Yeah, there's the replay there, Najaf Shah. Aaron Jones comes down the track, pulls that away. And the ball goes way over the boundary. No one there, wouldn't have mattered anyway. But Najaf Shah, it's It's interesting going a bit more shorter on this occasion. His first ball was an excellent Yorker on target.
So not the best of start for this over for Najaf Shaw. Dot and 6 in the over so far.
And there we go. Better length on that occasion. The batsman that you want, the second. Throw's going to be at the bowler's end. No, misses. Direct hit would definitely have been trouble for Elmore Hutchinson. No one at the stumps either. So it had to be a direct hit. Is into me from the keeper.
Yeah, that's what happens when the keeper runs out, Andres Gauss. You're limiting yourself from throwing to one end. We've seen a couple of runouts. We saw Shahan Jayasuriya gone. We've seen Malhotra gone. A direct throw by Harmeet Singh earlier on.
This time dances down the track on that occasion. And that's gone through for 4. Aaron Jones, he's really starting to turn it on here at Veterans Memorial Park.
Yeah, coming down the track. Najaf Shaw may have saw him, pushed it wide. And a big slash outside the off stump. That's a good looking shot from Aaron Jones. He's approaching the 50. It will be a well played one. We saw 50 already from Jaskran Malhotra fighting 50. And any big score here will be a fight to get among the runs.
This time hit on the pads. Aaron Jones once again advancing down the wicket. Isn't able to make contact on that occasion. Now, with Aaron Jones, we're seeing that he's coming down the wicket. That's the 3rd time in this over. And on one of the deliveries, we did see Najaf Shah go wide. Unfortunately for him, Aaron Jones was able to reach that delivery. But we could see, possibly, from Stallions, that that point position does drop back. You get a deep point in place, which will really restrict that boundary if you're bowling wide, and Aaron Jones, of course, is coming up. This is Elmore Hutchinson on strike, though. And he's in on the pads. Aaron Jones scampers across for the single on that occasion, so that'll end the 16th over. 14 runs coming off it. And SAMP Army, after 16, find themselves at 132 for 6.
So Harmeet Singh has been given the last over. And he comes in here to bowl to Elmore Hutchinson. He's a big hitter of the ball. His primary role in the team is a fast bowler. But as we have seen in the game of cricket, sometime everyone needs to chip in at some point. Here is his turns into the offside. And that has gone a long way. 6 for Elmore Hutchinson. Not a good start to the 17th over here from Harmeet Singh.
Yeah, it seems that the Stallions haven't really learned their lesson from last night. Harmeet Singh, he came and bowled the last over. Sharafin Rutherford, of course, was batting at that time. 41 runs off the last over. This over, a similar start here with the 6 from Elmore Hutchinson. So, Stallions once again bowling the spinner. Once again, Harmeet Singh, and once again, that'll be 6 more. Back-to-back 6s. Stallions, you've brought a spinner in the last over. That's the 2nd time you've done that in 2 games. It didn't work in the first game. And Stallions is planning here is just not good at the moment. Just spin out a bowl to last. That's not what you want. Back-to-back 6s for Elmore Hutchinson now.
So Elmore Hutchinson has certainly, that's what he does from time to time. He can smash the ball outside of the playing area. And a big swing and a miss. So 12 in 2 ball. Consecutive 6s here for Elmore Hutchinson. And all of a sudden 150 is on the cards again.
This time he's gone big. There is a fielder though. Has he gone long enough? Yes, he is! Elmo Hutchinson. Third six of the over, and SAMP Army have crossed that target of 150. They would have wanted to get to that mark, and they've gotten it. With 2 balls still remaining in this over. Elmo Hutchinson. 3 sixes now for him.
Yeah, a couple of times, as you mentioned, Jay, the dependency on Harmeet Singh to bowl the final over hasn't really paid off. And it's less than 24 hours we've seen that, so good faith shown here by Najaf Shah, but we haven't seen perhaps the justification of that decision from last night and today. This over's gone for 19 with 1 ball remaining. Here we go.
And that's been cut away. There is the man that covers, so it'll just be the single. And that'll end the innings as well. So after 17 overs, SAMP Army 152 for 6 they've made. Stallions, they'll need 153 to win. And join us again after a short break.
Hello. I have with me here Justin Dill from the Stallions. 2 wickets off your 4 overs. Hemraj and Manan Patel, obviously huge wickets. We know, both of them have been in key form for this game. So now, if I ask you, what do you think about this total that they've put on, 152?
I think they batted very well after this first few overs from us. I think the wicket wasn't easy batting this first 3, 4, 5 overs, but then they batted really well. I don't think we bowled as well as we could have in the middle, but credit to them. I think Monak and Jaskaran as well, took a bit of pressure in there. Aaron Jones as well, and they did well to get to that total. I think it's a par score, so I think if we bat well, we can chase it down.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of the batting, what would be a good way, based off of their batting, to start off and have a good start? Obviously, they had lost 3 wickets early on, 2 wickets in the power play. So what would help, for your batsmen?
I think it just shows you that they lost 3 wickets and still they got to 150. So I think partnerships is key. I think the more time you spend out there in the middle, the easier it gets. So I don't think we have to be going too hard at it. I think it's just good cricket and good cricket shots and building partnerships.
Absolutely. Well, it's 153 runs for you guys and 17 overs to win. So all the best to you and the Stallions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Ready for the run chase. 153 is required from 102 deliveries.
Yes, so Karim Gore will close. We'll start here. And so Unmuk Chan will be on strike. And so we're ready for a restart here. 153 from 102 balls. They're asking 9 runs and over here, Matt. So it's not going to be an easy chase, but some top quality batters out in the middle.
Mukchand is certainly a quality batsman, the only centurion in this series so far. And Andries Goose at the other end. Lots of experience in South Africa, destructive player, another quality player, so a very big opening partnership here for the Stallions.
And Matt, you look at Karim Gore, he's a quality spinner. Having been part of the US setup last couple of years. Comes out of Antigua. And he's a quality spinner. We've seen very good spin in this tournament. So ball punched into the offside. Can score is Unmuk Chan. So far a tidy start by SAMP Army here. Ball cut into the offside again and can't score. This has been a very good over here from Karim Gore.
Yeah, he started off very well. Unmuk Chan has not been able to quite find the gaps. He's just been hitting it straight to the fielder so far. So definitely a tidy start here. An ideal one for Karim Gore and for SAMP Army. Unmuk Chan again can't pick up the gap, and there's a misfield there. And what should have been perhaps no run at all later turned out to be an easy single, and in the end a couple of runs. So Unmuk Chan gets off the mark and Stallions are off and running with a couple of runs.
Yeah, tidy over still from Karim Gore. That completes over number 1, and after 1 is 3 for no loss. So 3 for no loss. We've seen the completion of the first over. And now Netravalka has been given the ball. He's quality stuff from him, typically, Matt. And he comes in here with 3 runs off the first over. We've seen a tidy start here from Karim Gore.
And Sarab Netravalka is a bowler that always has a good economy rate. He'll be looking to keep up what Karim Gore started.
He gets a ball that certainly messes with the timing here of Chand. Could be a bye here. We'll wait and see. Robert Foster brings up the bye signals. So the umpires for the game, Robert Foster and Anil Pap. And a lot of work has really gone into the tournament itself. Umpire coordinator Danny Khan has made sure that the boys have well turned out for this event. And Danny Khan has been known around the country for great umpire coordination with different leagues and certainly different parts of the country. would have just returned from the Atlanta Open, and now he's here with his team. Gauss comes in to strike for the first time and awaits Netravalka.
Oh, Andries Goose. Well fielded out there.
Footed in.
Assad footed in. Andries Goose looking for a big shot immediately onto Netravalka. Pulling that one away aggressively, but good work out there from Assad. Footed in, saved the boundary. And in the end, a couple of runs. First ball to Andries Goose.
Yeah, Goose has had a good series so far. 35, 62, and 14. So, Matt, the chase is on. It's 147 from 94, asking over 9 runs and over. But they've just begun. Netravalka, he's a quality bowler, having led the U.S. on several games at the international level. Now that reign has been handed over to Manang Patel. So the boys will get into preparation for the ICC T20 qualifier happening in the Caribbean. Ball cracked into the offside, can't score. Very slow outfield, as we've made a point all day. And that is why when you look at what is required here, 153 is the target. You get the feeling that the ground conditions could play in here against the batters.
Yeah, not a tough outfield to bat with. But lots of aerial shots might be required here. Goose works this one away. They're running quickly. One is all they'll get.
So the SAMP Army contingent, they've been around franchise cricket for a long time. A couple of weeks ago would have lost in the final against Lightning up in Atlanta. So they'll be hoping that they could come away with seemingly what could be one of 2 major private tournaments before the year ends. Oh, that one we've seen the ball kicked off on length a couple of times in this game. So a couple of overs gone, 7 without loss. Go.
So Gore continues. His first over went for 3. And he started off well here to Andries Goose. Keeping these two contained in the power play is definitely quite a task for any bowler. Goose and Umuk Chan, 2 very top quality players. Goose, probably the more attacking of the 2. Not an easy feat to slow him down.
So just 1 here to Goose. He picks up another single. And so we've lost the sunshine here at Veterans Park. We've seen a bright sunny morning, Matt, but things have really... A lot of clouds lofted into the offside. Has he given the man a chance? Yes, he has, and wicket goes down. So Unmuk Chan, he's gone quite early today. It's 8 for 1. Marshall. So Xavier Marshall comes to the middle. Unmuk Chan is gone. Let's take a look at that. Trying to go over long off. A lot of height on the delivery. And in the end, good catch out at long off by the fielder. And so Xavier Marshall comes in here, Matt, with a lot of work to be done. 145 remaining from 87 balls.
So Xavier Marshall is the new man in. First ball is a dot ball. We've seen a very good batting display from him last night, along with Jacobus Pianat still to come. Marshall
Yeah, we
has been
saw
a man.
Marshall getting a 56 last night.
A man in form is Marshall, dating back to the minor league series. Was one of the top run scorers in the Eastern Conference with the Somerset Cavaliers.
So a long way to go, still asking over 10 runs and over. And we've seen good spin bowling so far from the likes of Creamer Gore and so 3 overs gone. It's 9 for 1. They've lost the wicket of Unmuk Chan. And so 3 gone there, 9 for 1. So Netravalka will continue. First over went for 3, will come into bowl to Xavier Marshall. Marshall pulls into the onside, protection out there. Appears to be Aaron Jones, and so not a single here to Stallions. Well put together squad, Matt, and they were expected to do well, you'd say. And now they're into the semi-final.
Yeah, high expectations for the Stallions. SAMP Army, as you mentioned, no strangers to franchise cricket. I've been in quite a few tournaments all over the country, the Atlanta Open. Here in the nation's capital, T20. This one carved up and over from Andries Goose. And a very well taken catch there by the fielder. Not an easy catch.
Could be Naeem Young.
Andries Goose looking to go up and over. And a very good running catch there. And Andries Goose departs, and SAMP Army on fire here so far. 2 early wickets, and the Stallions struggling early on, 10 for 2 in the 4th over.
Yeah, we'll have to pick up the fielder. It appears to be Naeem Young. Ball into the offside. Goes trying to break free. And the second wicket goes down. It's 2 down for 10. So Pinar comes to the middle. Marshall will still be on strike. Good running catch from the man out at cover, Naeem Young. It's done well, Matt. It's 10 for 2.
Pienaar. In the air, and it'll run away. Xavier Marshall getting an outside edge on that one. Goes all the way to the boundary for 4. And making the point that Pienaar and Marshall had a very good partnership last night. See this one again, Marshall getting a thick slice on that one all the way for 4. So they'll be looking to replicate some of that form from last night, Marshall and Jacobus Pienaar.
Yeah, they batted brilliantly last night. Pienaar, in particular, might have been the man to make them cross the line. So Marshall comes down the track, hammers this into the onside, will pick up a couple of runs. On another day, had it not rained on Friday, that would have gone for 4. So he picks up a couple of runs. He's beginning to show that he's a man in form in this series. They'll need a big inning from him.
Netravalka has gone for 7 in this over so far. Did pick up the wicket of Andries Goose, but Marshall has been on the charge with a boundary and an aggressive shot for 2.
Yeah, very slow delivery, and Matt, on this track we've seen bowlers mixing up the pace of the ball, but today they may have to allow the pitch to help them do that, to take pace off the ball. We saw very slow on here from Netravalka, and he uses the slower ball quite effectively at times, but today the pitch could be of help. So asking 10.5 runs and over pretty much. Oh, pulled into the onside. All the ease in the world from Xavier Marshall. And he picks up a maximum.
Very good looking shot there from Marshall. That one short from Netravalka and pulled away from Xavier Marshall all the way over the ropes for 6.
So ball short and pulled into the onside from Marshall. That completes over number 4. And after 4, it's 22 for 2. So Gore continues. He's been quite miserly. 2 overs, no men, 1 for 5. So good bowling here from the leg spinner, Matt.
Yeah, 2 per 1 overs, 1 for 5. Couldn't ask for much better from Pela Karima Gore. Swept away, and that should run away for 4. In fact, no, it just plugs. So there we can see a good example of how slow the outfield is. They were looking at a run out. Not there on that occasion, but I'm sure at some point Pienaar may have thought that was going for 4. Definitely looked like it was going to go all the way, but just plugging right at the end. As you see the run out chance there, Marshall.
Yeah, it's one of those tricky fields at times. Thinking that the ball would go for 4, Marshall nearly got run out. This one heading down the leg side, taking on the pad. Marshall has had a good series, Matt. We saw him last night striking, what, 64 or 56? So a long way to go, 128 to win from 75. Still asking 10 runs and over. So pulled into the onside, and that has gone all the way. And Xavier Marshall on the charge again. In fact, it's gone for 4. So ball would have crossed the cone. And so 29 for 2. Good looking shot from Marshall nonetheless.
Yeah, very good shot there from Xavier Marshall. Wide this time given.
Excuse me, sir, not here. Yeah, just a little further away for the microphones and stuff. Thanks, guys.
So 8 runs in this over so far from Karima Gore. His most expensive over so far. Relative to that, he'd bowl a couple of overs with only 5 runs. So a long way to go here for Stallions. 123 more runs to get if they are going to play in this afternoon final. A cheeky single. And so that completes over number 5. And so 5 gone is 31 for 2. And that's the latest score here at Veterans Park. So Amila Aponso comes into the attack. 5 overs gone, 31 for 2. And as we welcome back Jay into the box.
Yeah, thank you, Lenny. And that's, of course, the first bowling change that we have from SAMP Army. Aponso coming into the attack. We had Gore and Netravalka bowl the first 5.
So we've seen quality bowling from Karima Gore and Sarab Netravalka. And now Aponso comes into the attack. He's played at the international level and would have represented Atlanta Fire in this year's Toyota Minor League Series. A campaign that got them all the way to the conference semi-final, I think it is, and in which they were beaten by the Empire State Titans.
Yes,
So
Aponso now bowling well. He was a key part of that Atlanta Fire side and their journey into the playoff stages. This time dances down the track and he's gone over the top there on that occasion. Xavier Marshall, 6 runs. No chance for the fielder there, long off. And Aponso, third ball he bowled. His first 2 were good this time. Marshall, he's had enough. 6 runs.
So a couple of 6s off the bat of Xavier Marshall. Let's take a look. Comes down the track on the full with all the ease in the world. He hits the ball. He times it well. He hits it far. That's gone all the way. Good shot from Marshall. Goes up to 25.
This time he tries going again and he's beat the fielder. Long gone on this occasion. That'll be 4 more. So a 6 and a 4 from Xavier Marshall. And 10 runs have already come off the first 4 balls. 2 good deliveries from Aponso, but the next 2, Xavier Marshall, he has hit them over the boundary.
So 10 in 2 balls of the bowling of Amila Aponso. And he would have had very limited opportunities in this series, but he gets a chance here and certainly has not gone well. A couple of dot balls and then 2 balls for 10 runs. Xavier Marshall has really taken him on.
This time he comes down the track again. Dot ball, extra cover on that occasion.
So this over's gone for 10 from here. Of course, those numbers will keep changing. They need 10 and over. And so far, they have gotten 10 in this one.
And this time
Comes down the track, doesn't get the elevation. So a bit of minor triumph here for Aponso. But still, this over's gone for 11. Not a good one here for SAMP Army, but a very good one here for Marshall and the Stallions. 42 for 2 at the end of 6.
And we've got Chandrapal Hemraj, the new bowler, into the attack from this end. So a double change in bowling.
So Chandrapal Hemraj, he's done quite a bit of bowling on the CPL circuit. He's a top all-rounder. His primary role as a top quality opener, but he does give you the option to go for left arm leg spin. And he comes in here to bowl to Marshall, and both batter Marshall and certainly Chandrapal Hemraj know each other pretty well. For one, both players comes out of the Caribbean, and they would have been part of the Caribbean setup, the CPL setup for a bit.
As that one's driven through the covers. Just for the single though on that occasion.
But Jay, I think the bowling has still been on target, so to speak. We've seen the current run rate just hovering about 6 and 7. And when you consider chance of a run out here, throw comes in. Not a straight one from Aaron Jones, but a good try. Had he hit that, might have been very close, judging from the body language here of Marshall. He knows he has escaped a direct hit from Aaron Jones.
Yes.
We've seen a couple of runouts in the other team, and we've seen some reckless running, so to speak, or some brilliant fielding by the fielders from time to time. This over's gone well here for Chandrapal Hemraj. Only 4 off this over. So far, both Marshall and Pinar has been quite restricted in this over. 4 singles off it so far.
Yeah, and well defended there on that occasion. Now, something we've seen from the Stallions is that they've hit the 4s and 6s. Of course, with Xavier Marshall hitting 3 boundaries and 2 6s, they've got those runs. As that's just another single to the mat out in the deep. But they've also played so many dot balls along with those big shots that they've hit. And when you're chasing those big targets, as I'll get back to that at the next over, at the end of 7, scores at 47 for 2. And we've got a new bowler now, Naeem Young into the attack. So Ponso has been taken out after his 11 run over.
Yeah, Amila Ponso has had limited opportunity to play in this series, given an opportunity today. And he's gone for 11, so they've made a quick change. Naeem Young, top all-rounder, comes into the attack. Marshall has batted well so far. And this should be a good contest, but they'll still need to get the required run rate, which is 10.6 at the moment.
As that one's been pulled, there's the man out in the deep, so it'll just be the single on that occasion. But we've seen quite a lot of dot balls from the Stallions in this innings, and that's, if we compare that to SAMP Army's innings, we can see that SAMP Army, their running between the wickets, I feel, was better, you know, getting those quick singles, as that one is just cut away. Of course, the man in the deep will stop that one, but the running between the wickets with SAMP Army, they were really getting those quick singles, and we saw that much more, that intent. I feel it is there with the Stallions, but it was shown much more with SAMP Army. And I think when you're chasing these big targets, I mean 152 in 17 overs, you do need to get those quick runs.
So we've seen Karima Gore bowling a lot of dot balls. You look at his figures: 3 overs, no made, 1 for 14. He might have been the man to really induce a lot of dot balls towards Stallions. So Naeem Young, three singles in the over so far. Ball pulled into the onside. Will only get a single as Asad Fodadin runs in. And so they need 102 from 56 balls, asking 11 runs and over. And Jay, we saw a big chase last night that involved the man at the non-striker's end, Jacobis Pinar, who batted brilliantly last night. We also saw a good innings from Marshall last night also. So they will need to replicate a kind of performance that we saw last night for them to really get to a position in which they could get into the final later on in the afternoon.
Yeah, they will really have to replicate that with both the openers, Andreas Ghost and Unmuk Chand, gone early.
Oh, cut away over the offside. This could go all the way, and it has. So big shot here from Marshall, short, and given a bit of width here from Naeem Young. And Marshall does the rest. He goes for a big 6. Take a look at that.
Yeah, Xavier Marshall there saw it short, wide, and he was definitely not going to miss out on that one. Yeah.
So Marshall has now struck 3 sixes so far. He's batted well. Doesn't get the elevation. Will get a single. Netravalka comes in. And so that will complete over number 8. And after 8 is 58 for 2, still requiring 95 from 54 balls. 8 gone, 58 for 2. So Chandrapal Hemraj will continue. First over went for 5. And Jay, when you're defending 10 and 11 runs and over, if your bowler gives you an over that gives up 5, they're well within what is required.
Yeah, they are well within what's required, and that really does build the pressure on the batsman.
So Pinar comes back into strike. We saw a couple of brilliant performances from Pinar and Marshall. And they'll need a big innings from both of these men out in the middle, and those to come. Still a lot of batting to come. Hamad Azam, Cameron Sheikh, Justin Dill, Imran Ali, Imran Pasha, and others. But they'll be banking on Xavier Marshall and Jacobis Pinar to get them close or even beyond what is required.
Yeah, these two, a key partnership out in the middle between Marshall and Pinar, as to where they can get into, as to if Stallions can chase down this target, as on this occasion. Marshall just with that single. But really, Hamad Azam, Justin Dill, you know, the rest, you don't want to leave too much for them. You want the bulk of the remaining runs to be scored by these two who are batting out in the middle.
So the required rate has gone up to 11, beyond 11, 11.1 to be exact. And we've seen another quality over from the spinner, Chandrapal Hemraj. Only 4 runs in this over, with still a ball remaining. And so every over that goes by and 10, 11 runs is not scored, it gets even higher. So it's tough on the batting team at the moment. Yeah, no elevation. This has been a very good over here from Chandrapal Hemraj. And so 9 overs gone, 63 for 2. And so the equation is 90 runs to win from 48 balls, asking 11.25. So that's the batting card so far. Goose for 4, Chan for 8. You were out quite early. And that's the partnership for you. Good partnership so far. And the bowling, couple of wickets, in fact, 1 each for Gore, 1 for Netravalka. Amila Ponso with 1 over Chandrapal Hemraj, a couple of overs for 10. Naim Young, 1 for 11. Match officials Zanel Pap and Robert Foster in this game. Ishan Mulay, the third umpire. Oh, cracked away. That's a lovely shot from Xavier Marshall. And has it crossed the ropes? It has, and it goes away for 4. Lovely shot from Marshall.
Yeah, boundary there on that occasion from Marshall. He's really been the one who's been hitting those boundaries, who's been hitting his shots. Jacobus Pinier at the other end. He's playing second fiddle at the moment. It was Marshall. He's already off to 49. Just 1 run away now from his 50. As that one's been cut away, and that'll be 50 as well for Xavier Marshall. 50 from 32 deliveries. It's been an excellent innings from him. Both the openers got out early, coming in at number 3. He's played a very important innings, has Xavier Marshall.
Yeah, 3 sixes and 4 fours for Marshall. He continues to be a top quality competitor in the US, having played at the international level.
And a swing and a miss on that occasion from Pinier.
And Marshall has brought up another big score here today. They'll need him and Pinar to really get going. 85 to win from 45. Similar to what we saw last night. And if the results are similar, Jay, it could be the Stallion crossing the line here later on.
Yeah, it very well could be. With the batsmen to come, with these two batting the way they are right now, Marshall especially. As this time he advances down the track, there's a fielder there, and he's taking the catch. Xavier Marshall goes right after 50. 50 and out for him, and that is a big, big wicket for SAMP Army. Third wicket down, and the partnership has been broken.
Yeah, well judged catch, well taken catch. You could feel the sting on the arm here from Netravalka, the former US captain. It's a very cold day. We saw what happened last night, and it's a little bit difficult to hold on. The shots that is played powerfully, as this case has been from Xavier Marshall. Take a look.
Yeah, there we have it, coming down the track, trying to go over. But he finds Netravalka out in the deep. And as he said, in the cold, it's hard to take those catches. And we've seen so many times before that the ball just pops out. But on that occasion, Saurabh Netravalka, he holds on to that one to break the partnership.
Yeah, Jay, even the wicketkeeper, the man with the gloves, will still feel a little bit of sting in conditions like this.
Yeah.
Especially as a fielder, in which you're not touching the ball a lot of times. When last Netravalka may have had hold of the ball, it might have been a while. So when the ball comes to you, your hands gets a little bit cold. And that ball is heavy, that's hard leather. So the new batsman is Hamad Azam, MVP of the Toyota Minor League Series. And he comes in here with 84 needed from 43 balls, still asking almost 12 runs and over.
Yeah, 12 runs and over now. Hamad Azam. There's that one just a bit short on that occasion. Chance of a run out. Oh, they're appealing there. Umpire said not out.
So 10 overs gone is 70 for 3. At the corresponding time, at the 10th over, SAMP Army, they were batting a 68 for 3. So this game, from the numbers point of view, when you correspond what has happened, or you compare what has happened at the end of 10, they're pretty much in the same position. So 83 to win from 42 balls. Lots of cricket left in this one.
Yeah, we've got a new bowler coming in, Karima Gore. And we've got a change in the commentary box as well as Matthew joins us here.
Good to be back. Should be a very interesting game here. Karima Gore's bowled very well. Up to this point, Hamad Azam, new man at the crease, joining Jacobus Pina. Hustle through for a single to get Pina on strike. Pina is on a run of ball 10. But we saw in the previous game, started off just starting off about run a ball. But he did start to turn things on as he got set. Pina goes big. And he finds the gap, so there's an example, just perhaps getting started, getting his eye in, and he can play the big shots when the ball comes and when the time arrives. So a boundary there to Jacobus Pina takes him up to 14.
Yes, we've got the replay there for you. Really starting to be aggressive now. Marshall, he's gotten out now. Pinar, understands that a lot does rest on his shoulders. This time that's been cut away. There's the fielder there though. There's just a single taken.
Gore's gone for 6 in this over. Final ball to Azam.
Chance of a run out there. Is he gone? Is he gone? Umpire, not out, says the umpire. That would have been a big breakthrough.
Yeah, sharp single taken there from Pina and Hamad Azam. 77 for 3 at the end of 11 overs.
Overweight is 4 minutes ahead. 4 minutes ahead.
Just looking here, Pina. Yeah, he was alright. Nervy moments there for Pina and Hamad Azam. And for the Stallions, they can't afford to lose another wicket with Marshall gone not too long ago.
Because with 76 still needed from 6 overs, the last thing you'd want is a couple of wickets to fall in a flurry. And a mini collapse of sorts to start, as we've got Naeem Young coming in. He's bowled well till now, 1 for 18 in his 2 overs. He of course got the wicket of Marshall in his last. So he's going to continue. And it's Hamad Azam, the batsman, on strike. Hamad Azam trying to go down the ground, trying to clear the boundary, not able to do so on that occasion.
Yeah, good bowling here from Naeem Young, a very crucial part of this game, but starting to wind down now. Azam just getting the single, Pina on strike, and we saw how quickly, in just a matter of a couple of overs, Jacobus Pina put his foot on the gas pedal and really changed that game last night for the Stallions.
Yeah, and he'll have to do something very similar tonight if the Stallions are to get over the line, as on that occasion, he's done exactly that, has he? No, he hasn't. That's the wicket. Pina is gone. That is a big wicket there. We were just talking about how he has to accelerate, but now he's gone. Stallions 4 down. Both the set batsmen back in the hut.
Massive wicket there. Jacobus Pina on his way back. Assad footed in. The man with a massive catch. Jacobus Pina not quite getting all of it, not quite having enough to get it over the fence. And Assad footed in, the man with the golden hands. Big catch, big moment there for SAMP Army. Jacobus Pina gone for 15, 78 for 4.
New batsman to the middle, Kamran Sheikh. As the batsman scampering across for the quick single. Directed, might have had him gone there. Would have been very unfortunate. But Kamran Sheikh on strike now. The new batsman out in the middle.
Naeem Young, this has been a very good over from him. 2 runs conceded on the wicket, the big wicket of Jacobus Pienaar. Couldn't ask for much better from this over here from Naeem Young. Sheikh gets this one away. They're going to try and push for a couple of runs. They're going to have to run and run very well. And they get a couple of runs. Indeed, Sheikh is off the mark with a couple of runs straight away.
Yeah, and both Sheikh and Hamad Azam are going to have to form a partnership here. A big partnership, because 74 or 72 now in just over 5 overs is no easy task, and that's been called a wide by the umpire. Just the second wide of this inning. So the bowling, it has been good from SAMP Army.
No ball this time. May have been off the pitch.
Yeah.
From Naeem Young. Free hit ball coming up, and this is a big one here for Kamran Sheikh. New to the crease, and he gets a free hit.
Any batsman would love to have a free hit early in their innings. Just free their arms, up their confidence. As he goes, and he's cleared it on that occasion, has he? Yes, he has. Kamran Sheikh, he got the free hit, and he has made full use of it there.
Goodness me, Kamran Sheikh stepping all the way across and muscling that a long way back. Goodness me. Got hold of that one all right. Kamran Sheikh. And as you mentioned, any batsman would love a free hit. He definitely made the most of that free hit. That'll do a lot for his confidence going forward, I'm sure.
Yeah, 12 runs from that 12th over. And Stallions, 89 for 4, 64 in 5 overs. The problem for them is that that required rate has creeped up to just below 13 now. So a big job they have on their hands there. Sheikh Azam, the batsman to come as well. As we've got a new bowler coming in now, Elmo Hutchinson. He's been brought into the attack for his first over.
Yeah, late introduction here for Elmo Hutchinson, a US international, but a big moment here for the fielding side. So Elmo Hutchinson, an experienced player to turn to in this situation. This one is in the air from Hamad Azam, fielder under it. It's Assad footed in again, and he makes no mistake again. And the MVP for minor league is on his way back. Hamad Azam goes. Elmo Hutchinson, first ball at a key stage of the game, picks up a wicket, and Assad footed in. Can't keep him out of the game.
A massive wicket at that. Hamad Azam, he's back in the hut now. Elmo Hutchinson, first ball he comes into the attack, and he's gotten that big wicket. Stallions, they've lost 5 now, and they are struggling. 64 in just under 5 overs. Their top 5 already back in the hut, and it's just getting tougher for them by the delivery now.
Shadley Van Sharkwyk looks to be the new man in, coming in at 7 here for the New Jersey, for the Stallions rather. Elmo Hutchinson, first ball into the attack, picks up the wicket of Hamad Azam. And although Hamad Azam was still relatively new to the crease, that's still a big wicket. But now the attention shifts to Kamran Sheikh. Down the ground. 1 is all they'll get, so Van Schakwijk will have his opportunity to face his first ball. Cameron Sheik is on 9. We saw him hit a massive 6 off of a free hit from Naeem Young. Previous delivery. Shadley Van Schakwijk, part of the Seattle Thunderbolts during the inaugural minor league series. Known mainly for his bowling, will have to come up with a good hand here with the bat, as they need 13.5 and over here, the Stallions. 63 off 28 deliveries. Playing a miss, called a wide.
Yeah, and that required rate just keeps on creeping up. This time that one a wide though. So still another 62 needed. 4.5 overs remaining.
Van Schakwijk, all he can do is just defend that one. Elmo Hutchison, good over here, just 2 off it with the wicket. As you can see, hasn't really been a great scorecard. Xavier Marshall, 50 out of the 91 Stallions have so far. Aside from that, hasn't been a good sight to see.
Yeah, we look at the likes of Goose and Chan, gone for 4 and 3 respectively. In year 15. As that one, it's top edge. There is the man out there. Oh, falls short. Falls short there. Diving effort.
Hemraj,
the fielder.
See what this one here from Shadley Van Schakwijk. Getting it up and over, getting an edge on it. Just landing short of Chandrapal Hemraj. At least he did manage to get his body in the way. Prevent it from going away for any extra runs.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a few times where fielders, they dive for the ball in front of them, miss the catch, and the ball just goes right behind them to the boundary. So, good to know. Good from Hemraj there. Make sure that no additional runs are scored as that one. They won't get the single on that occasion. Sheik looking for that run there. Won't get it.
This is a very good over here from Elmo Hutchison, the wicket of Hamad Azam, and then just 3 runs, one of them being a wide. So final ball coming up, 61 required from 25 deliveries. Cameron Sheik is on strike. Sheik would have been part of the Chicago Blasters during the minor league series. Facing the final ball here, Sheik down the track, misses. And a dot ball will conclude. A good over there from Elmo Hutchison. A big point in the game. And if SAMP Army are to win this game, we definitely look back at that over from Elmo Hutchison. Just 3 off it with a wicket. It's 92 for 5 at the end of 13.
Yeah, welcome back everyone. We've got the Stallions at 92 for 5 and 13. 4 overs left in the game. Still another 61 needed, so the run rate's now over 15. As Netravalka has come back into the attack, 1 for 16 in his first 2. That's up in the air, and that has cleared the boundary by a long margin on that occasion. Shadley Van has hit that for 6. Netravalka, first ball into the attack. And that's 6 more.
That is a massive hit there from Shadley Van Schakwijk. Netravalka going short, and Van Schakwijk more than equal to it. Big hit that. Sailed over a long way. No chance. No man move. Shadley Van Schakwijk with a big 6. They'll need a lot more of those, you feel, for the Stallions. 55 from 23 deliveries. Van Schakwijk with that 6 trying to mount a fight back here.
Yeah, and with Justin Dill still to come, we know that he can hit the ball a long way as well. So it's possible for the Stallions. It's tough, but it is possible.
Travalka here to Van Schakwijk. This one looking to make Van Schakwijk stretch for it. Called a wide. Just getting that one too wide outside off here. All to play for the Stallions and SAMP Army. And still a semi-final to come. Asia United taking on the 22 yards. Van Schakwijk with a massive 6. This is a big over here for Netravalka. Could decide the game right here.
That one's it down the ground. There is the fielder there with the slow outfield. It'll just be the single. Naeem Young, I think, the fielder there. But we can see that slow outfield as the 100 comes up for, as well for the Stallions.
.53 required from 22 deliveries. 14.45 is the required run rate. Sheik on strike. Netravalka. Straight up in the air. Should be an easy catch. And it is. So Kamran Sheik stuck up there and hitting one straight up in the air. And an easy cotton ball there for Netravalka. Sheik goes for 9, 100 for 6.
Yeah, he had to go after the bowling, did Sheik. And Netravalka takes his second catch on that occasion in this innings. Took the catch of Marshall and now off his own bowling. He sent Kamran Sheik back to the pavilion. There you can see how the match has gone till now. Malhotra 53, Jones 46. Besides that, not much from the SAMP Army innings. With the ball, 2 for 19, Justin Dill starred. Harpreet Singh as well. Harmeet Singh, sorry, picking up a couple of wickets. Now in the Stallions innings, besides Marshall, no one has really stood out. Marshall with that 50 was really the lone fighter. And with the ball, Netravalka and Naeem Young both picking up 2 wickets. Hutchinson also in his 1 over, 1 for 3, a crucial over in the game. So it really has been SAMP Army who've stayed on top in this entire game.
So Harmeet Singh is the new man in. 2 Seattle men at the crease now. Harmeet Singh and Shadley Van Schakwijk. Good delivery there from Netravalka. Naeem Young into action. Single to get Harmeet Singh onto strike for the first time. Not always easy coming in as a new man. You've got to try and hit 6s and 4s from the get-go. 52 from 20 deliveries. Harmeet Singh will have to go big right from ball 1.
Yeah, and it'll be tough with the way Netravalka is bowling right now, with the way the entirety of the SAMP Army bowling attack is doing right now. Here's Netravalka coming in now. And that's another good Yorker. Just played for the single, just the one on offer.
Netravalka, after the 6, he has come back very well. Dismissing Kamran Sheik. But Shadley Van Schakwijk, he's on 9. Hit 1 big blow already. He'll need another big one. They'll be looking for a 6 or boundary to anything to close out this over. Van Schakwijk. No, it's a good delivery again from Netravalka. Not allowing Van Schakwijk to get under it. 50 of the final 3 overs. That is what is required here for Stallions. It's 103 for 6 at the end of 14.
And Elmore Hutchinson is continuing his first over, 1 for 3, picking up that big wicket of Amal Zam. Runs into Shadley Van Quick. Now, as that one's just gone for the single, they're going to come back for the second. And he's made it there, Harmeet Singh at the non-striker's end. If they can't get the boundaries, the 4s and the 6s, they need to get the runs with running between the wickets.
Yeah, 1s and 2s I don't think will hurt SAMP Army as long as they're not going for 4 and 6. That should be fine. And so far they've done well to limit that. Elmore Hutchison, his last over went for 3. And we saw a good over from Saurabh Netravalkar. And now Elmore Hutchison has started off well here. They're going to run at anything now. Harmeet Singh on strike. He's just faced 1 delivery. Van Sharkwyk is on 13 of 8 deliveries. 47 off 16. Can't get any of these 4s and 6s, and it's really starting to hurt SAMP Army, in fact, rather Stallions here. And there isn't really much of a set man at the crease anymore. Van Sharkwyk hit 1-6, but he hasn't been able to find the fence other than that. And Harmeet Singh just coming out in the last over. Harmeet, good delivery there from Elmore Hutchison, straight back to him. What a day he has had so far. 1.3 overs, 1 for 6, coming in at a crucial time in this innings. Elmore Hutchison has bowled amazingly well so far.
Yeah, he's bowled really well and with the bat as well. 19 off 7, 3 6s. Elmore Hutchinson. That was a good finish by him as well with the bat. So with both bat and ball, Hutchinson, he's had a good day today. As that's another good Yorker and inside edge. Provides the single for Harmeet Singh. And so 107 for 6 now. 2 balls left in this over. 2 balls remaining for Hutchinson.
Van Sharkwyk on 13. This one in the air, lands safely. And it's gone for 4, so a much needed boundary there for the Stallions. Shadley Van Sharkwyk gets the boundary, takes him up to 17.
Yeah, much needed boundary indeed, but might just have come a bit too late for the Stallions. Elmore Hutchinson this time misses the Yorker and then turns it into a low full toss. And Shadley Van was not going to miss out on that one. This time another full toss. There's the man out in the deep though. And the catch is taken. So wicket. And it's Shadley Van who'll have to go. Elmore Hutchinson, his second wicket. 2 for 11 now in 2 overs. Once again misses the Yorker by a bigger margin this time. But he's still gotten a wicket off a full toss. And Amila Ponso, the new batsman, coming out to the middle. Oh, sorry. Amila Ponso is the fielder. Sorry.
So Justin Dill comes out to the middle with a bit of formality here, I guess, Matthew. SAMP Army, they need to defend 42 from 12 balls. Possible or not?
Well, it is numerically possible, but with Harmeet Singh and Justin Dill at the crease, might not necessarily happen. So I would say improbable, but not impossible.
So Netravalka, he's been a quality bowler even at the international level for the US. And he comes in here to Harmeet Singh with a lot of work to do. 42 from 12 balls. This one goes out a long off. Elmore Hutchison is there. And we've seen good fielding from SAMP Army. They batted well to post 152. And now in good defense. Next match coming up, 22 yards will take on Asia United. And both of these teams, they pack some top players, Matt.
Yeah, two very good teams there. Going at it to join who it looks to be SAMP Army in the final.
And SAMP Army for some time now has been banging on the doors of major US domestic tournament. But they haven't been lucky while they've put together some strong squad. And could it be, could the nation's capital be one of those that they'll win? They're just 2 matches away from that.
They've gone everywhere pretty much. They've gone to Atlanta with more than one team. They went with SAMP Army as well as RDU SAMP Army. They would have gone to New York as well during the Big 3 tournament. As Deal gets this one away. Turn for 2. They're thinking of a third one and they'll get it quite easily in the end.
Yeah, good looking shot from Justin Dill. Picks up 3, but like you made mention, with the required rate 25 runs and over, balls that are kept within the cones there, Matt, will not hurt SAMP Army. And just coming back to SAMP Army, they still got this tournament, and they've entered up in the prestigious US Open, so a couple of tournaments for them before the year ends, and they'll be hoping that they can get into the winning row for the time being. They're into the semi-final here, and they're in a good position to be in the final as Harmeet Singh doesn't get the elevation, and they'll scamper back for a couple of runs. But SAMP Army knows if the ball is not crossing the ropes and certainly the cone, no trouble at all. So 36 to win from 8 balls. Harmeet Singh not having a good series. Harmeet Singh, Matt, we saw last night he was taken to the cleaners by Sharfane Rutherford. Oh, big one on this one. Commentator's curse. He's not having a good series, but he smashes this one over long off, and he picks up a much needed 6.
Yeah, it might be a little bit too late for it, but Harmeet Singh not giving up yet. Looking to get a little bit of redemption. As you mentioned, a bit of an off tournament for him. Cracking shot straight from Harmeet Singh. Takes him up to 11.
So they need 30 from 7 balls. Netravalka has gone for 12 in this over. But from the look of things, could be SAMP Army at the moment. That one goes down the leg side. Signal a wide here from umpire Robert Foster. And the officiating, Matt, has been of good quality. You know all these umpires by heart. What do you say?
Yeah, officiating has been very well. Lots of experienced umpires here.
Yeah, coordinated by Danny Khan. Danny Khan seems to have gone to all the major US tournament, and he's done a tremendous job in getting some of the best umpires out in the middle at this tournament. And so that completes over number 16. So 16 in the book, 17 over encounter. So they need 28 to win from 6 balls. Whether or not balls could be flying out of this park for 6s, Matt, we'll have to wait and see. But right now, the advantage with SAMP Army. Elmore. So Elmore Hutchison will come in for the final over. And so they need 28 from the next 6 balls. Harmeet Singh will be on strike. It's 125 for 7. So here is Elmore, perhaps to put the finishing touch. Oh, this one is smashed into the onside, and it's gone all the way from Harmeet Singh. Could this be a late surge towards the end? 5 balls to get 22.
Yeah, Harmeet Singh clearly not giving up, no matter the odds. Launches that one a long way back for 6. Still think could be too late, but you never know. 22 off 5, it's not impossible just yet. In the air from Harmeet Singh, didn't get all of this one. Chandrapal Hemraj spills it.
So they come back for a couple of runs and 4 balls to get 20 runs. Harmeet Singh retains a strike with that couple. And we saw last night, Matt, that certainly with a combination of artificial lights and heavy dew and cold conditions, we saw catching was very difficult last night at Bowling Park. Oh, smash straight down the ground from Harmeet Singh. Strikes the post. And now 14 from 3 ball. What do we have here?
Well, Harmeet Singh, he's got 14 off 3 balls here in this first over, so he can definitely do it again. 3 balls bowled, he's got 14, and that's exactly what's required from the next 3, so it's clearly not an impossible feat here from Harmeet Singh.
And Matt, if this ball goes for a boundary, it's game on. Not so fast, Samp Army. You've got to get past the Stallions. And so 14 off 3 balls. Here we go. Elmore to Harmeet. Oh, he slashes this one into the offside. Netravalka, safe as houses. He takes a catch. And a glimmer of hope for Stallions may depart with the departure of Harmeet Singh.
Well, it has departed as long as legal deliveries are bowled, because 14 from 2 deliveries, impossible now. As long as Elmore Hutchison keeps his discipline. So Harmeet Singh with 2 massive 6s, but that wicket, not only is the big hitter gone, numerically the equation is impossible now.
Yeah, it's used up a dot ball. As it appears, Ali Imran Pasha comes to the middle. Justin Dill will be on strike with a couple of balls remaining. And so once Elmore Hutchison makes sure he probably doesn't bowl a no ball or doesn't bowl wide, it could be Samp Army into the nation's capital T20 final coming up later on in the afternoon. We'll have to see one more semi-final game. 22 yards will play Asia United. So ball kept along the carpet. That's good here for Samp Army. So final ball coming up. And the writing is on the wall here. Samp Army, they're on course here to advance to the championship game with 1 ball remaining to get 13 runs. Ali Imran Pasha will be the man to face the final ball here. And let's see what happens. Here is Elmore Hutchison to Pasha. And Pasha into the offside. Asad Fadadin cleans up. He has had a good day, Asad Fadadin, with a couple of good catches. And so that completes the game. Samp Army marches on to the final of the nation's capital T20. Don't go away. We have post-match interviews. And of course, the other semi-final, 22 yards, will take on Asia United. So that's all we have from the Stallions Samp Army game. With the new Samp Army, they win by 10 runs. So that's the latest. We'll hand you back over to the presentation crew and resume when cricket does so at 2:30 later on this afternoon.
We're here at the post-match presentation where the first semifinals just took place between SAMP Army versus the Stallions. SAMP Army winning by 11 runs. I have with me Captain Manan Patel. First off, congratulations on the win. Happy with the team's performance?
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm really happy with the performance overall. It was a complete teamwork. The boys in the middle order, they chip in, and Jaskaran, he made sure that the wicket was really tough to bat on. Whoever sets in, they have to finish the job. So he made sure that he was there till last 3 overs, and especially in the middle over, Aaron Jones, he played really well, and Elmore, the way he finished it up, it gave us a nice momentum to get in there, and the bowlers, they bowled really well. They executed the plan, and happy with the performance.
Absolutely. I mean, I was going to talk about that bowling unit. Every bowler, put in their performance, bowled exceptionally well. What was the plan, in terms of the first innings going in there? What was the plan for the bowlers you had?
So it was very important that we used the wicket. In this wicket, you got to bowl slower balls and back up the length. And when your bowlers are bowling, executing nice Yorkers, then you have to back your bowlers and let them bowl Yorkers. And we did really good job. The mindset was very, very open, and they just followed that mindset. I'm happy.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, Monang, being the first finalist. So all the best. Hopefully you guys have a nice break before the finals.
Cheers. Thanks.
And next, I had the captain for the Stallions, Najaf Shah. Well, after that winning streak, unfortunately, comes to an end here. To first start off, where do you think things went wrong?
I think we gave too many runs in the last 5 hours. The other thing, we dropped catches, we missed run out, and I will say the other team played better than us. They batted well and they bowled really well, so they deserve a victory.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, today, was the first day where the batting really didn't click. I mean, we've seen, all the players, especially chip in. Unfortunately, today it really got into the tail enders. So, it was the game, obviously, being the important game, but things didn't really go, I guess, as planned.
Yes, correct. I mean, when you are chasing like 150 in 17 hours, you need runs from your major batsmen. So Xavier did very well, but nobody else support him. That's the reason we were short like 14 runs at the end.
Absolutely. Well, it's been great having you here at the Nations Capital Tournament, and all the best to you for all the rest of the tournaments. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good luck for the tournament to the management committee. Thank you.
Thank you.